Hello everyone and welcome to the Young and the Restless channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Young and the Restless preview video for the week of March 23rd, 27 reveals that Riza Thompson will give Adam Newman a shock when it's time for their reunion in Las Vegas. Following Adam's phone call to arrange a meeting, he won't get the warm welcome he was expecting. Y&R's weekly promo shows Riza holding Adam at gunpoint and demanding that he put his hands behind his head. When Adam wonders if Riza is serious about this, she'll confirm that she wants him to do it now. It's obvious that Riza will mean business, so perhaps she's been talking to Matt Clark about Adam off-screen. Based on Sienna Bacall's hints about Matt's affair in Vegas, there's a good chance he's romantically involved with Riza. Matt might have suspected Adam and Nick Newman would come looking for him through Riza eventually. Maybe Matt tipped Riza off to trouble before sending her to this Adam aka Spider meeting armed and ready. However, Adam had a pretty nice bond with Riza once upon a time, so he'll lean into that and try to use it to his advantage. At some point, Nick will take Noah Newman's call in a casino and admit they haven't found Matt yet, but he'll insist they've planted the seeds. When Noah asks what that means, Nick will reply that Adam has made the appropriate connection. Adam will still be counting on Riza to lead him to Matt, but can she be trusted if Matt is her boyfriend or at least a lover she's protecting? Back in Genoa City, Christine Blair Romalotti will sit down with Sharon Newman and admit there's a reason why she wanted to meet with Sharon alone. Christine will confess that she needs Sharon's help with Mariah Copeland, so this may involve a last-minute trial issue. Maria might insist on changing her plea to guilty instead of letting Christina give her a proper defense based on her mental health problems. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Christine will count on Sharon to get through to Mariah, so stay tuned for any big pre-trial news. The preview for The Young and the Restless during the week of March 23rd through 27 opens with a pulse of tension that immediately pulls viewers into a high-stakes reunion set against the neon glow of Las Vegas. Adam Newman arrives expecting answers, perhaps even a fragile sense of familiarity, after arranging a meeting through a phone call that carried more hope than he was willing to admit. But the moment he comes face to face with Riza Thompson, that hope shatters in an instant, replaced by cold fear as she raises a gun and orders him to put his hands behind his head. The air thickens with danger as Adam hesitates, searching her face for any trace of the connection they once shared. But Riza's voice cuts through the silence with urgency, demanding he comply immediately. There is no warmth, no recognition, only a steely resolve that suggests she is prepared for anything and that she has already chosen her side. In that moment, the past they once shared feels distant and fragile, hanging by a thread as Adam realizes this reunion is not what he imagined. It's a confrontation loaded with secrets, suspicion, and potentially deadly consequences. As the tension lingers in that charged Las Vegas encounter, the narrative quietly peels back layers of a deeper conspiracy, hinting at the shadowy influence of Matt Clark, whose presence looms large even in his absence. There are whispers that Riza may have already been in contact with him, possibly warned about Adam long before this meeting ever took place. The clues begin to align with unsettling precision, especially when considering Sienna Bacall's earlier hints about Matt's secret affair in Vegas, suggesting a personal connection that runs far deeper than anyone initially suspected. If Matt and Riza are indeed romantically involved, it would explain her fierce loyalty and the way she stands before Adam now, not as an old ally, but as a protector guarding someone she refuses to betray. It's possible Matt anticipated that both Adam and Nick Newman would eventually trace him through Riza, setting this entire encounter into motion with calculated precision. The thought lingers like a quiet storm. Perhaps Riza was sent here not just to meet Adam, but to control him, to test him, or even to stop him entirely before he gets too close. Despite the danger pressing in from every angle, Adam refuses to surrender completely to fear, instead reaching for the one advantage he still believes he has, the bond he once shared with Riza. There's a flicker of determination in his eyes as he leans into their history, hoping to remind her of who they used to be, of the trust that once existed between them, before everything became tangled in secrets and deception. It's a risky move, one that could either disarm her emotionally or push her further into defensive resolve. But Adam knows he has little else to rely on. Every word he chooses, every glance he offers, carries the weight of survival as he tries to bridge the distance that now separates them. Yet beneath that effort lies a haunting question that refuses to fade. Can Riza truly be trusted, especially if her heart belongs to the very man Adam is trying to find? The uncertainty hangs heavy in the air, turning every second into a delicate balance between hope and betrayal. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the glittering chaos of the casino, Nick finds himself caught in a quieter but equally significant moment when he takes a call from Noah Newman. The noise of slot machines and distant laughter contrasts sharply with the seriousness in Nick's voice as he admits they still haven't located Matt, a confession that carries both frustration and determination. Yet there's also a hint of strategy in his tone when he insists they've already planted the seeds, suggesting that their plan is unfolding exactly as intended, even if the results haven't surfaced yet. When Noah presses him for clarity, Nick reveals that Adam has made the necessary connection, a statement that ties everything back to that dangerous meeting with Riza. It's a quiet acknowledgement that Adam is now at the center of their operation, navigating a situation that could either lead them straight to Matt or spiral into something far more dangerous. The conversation ends with a sense of cautious anticipation, as if the pieces are moving into place, but no one can yet see the full picture. Back in Genoa City, the atmosphere shifts from the neon-lit tension of Vegas to something more intimate and emotionally charged, as Christine Blair Romalotti sits down with Sharon Newman for a conversation that carries its own quiet weight. Christine's expression is serious, almost hesitant, as she reveals there's a specific reason she wanted to meet Sharon alone, a confession that immediately signals the importance of what's to come. As the truth unfolds, it becomes clear that this is not just a casual discussion, it's a plea for help involving Mariah Copeland, whose situation may be taking a troubling turn. There are indications that Mariah might be considering a drastic decision, possibly insisting on changing her plea to guilty rather than allowing Christine to defend her properly, using her mental health struggles. The possibility hangs heavy between them, filled with concern and urgency, as Christine admits she's counting on Sharon to reach Mariah in a way no one else can. In that quiet moment, the emotional stakes feel just as high as the danger unfolding in Vegas, as the fight to protect Mariah becomes a battle not just for justice, but for her future and her sense of self. As these parallel storylines unfold, the week promises a powerful blend of suspense and emotion, where every choice carries consequences and every connection is tested under pressure. In Las Vegas, Adam's fate may hinge on whether he can break through to Riza before it's too late, while Nick waits for the fragile plan to bear fruit. At the same time, in Genoa City, Sharon faces the daunting challenge of reaching Mariah before she makes a decision that could change everything forever. The tension builds steadily, weaving together threads of loyalty, betrayal, love, and desperation into a narrative that feels both unpredictable and deeply personal. And as the screen fades on these moments, one thing becomes clear. The coming days will not just reveal truths, but force every character to confront the consequences of the paths they've chosen, no matter how dangerous or heartbreaking they may be. As the story deepens, the charged standoff in Las Vegas refuses to loosen its grip, holding Adam Newman and Riza Thompson in a fragile, breathless moment where every second feels like it could tip into chaos. The tension between them becomes almost suffocating, not just because of the weapon in Riza's hand, but because of the history silently echoing between them, demanding to be acknowledged. Adam's voice, though controlled, carries an undercurrent of urgency as he continues trying to reach the woman he once trusted, carefully choosing his words as if each one could either save him or seal his fate. Riza, however, stands firm, her expression unreadable, her resolve seemingly hardened by forces far beyond this single encounter. There is a flicker of conflict buried deep within her gaze, but it is quickly masked by the determination to follow through with whatever plan she has committed to. In that uneasy silence, the possibility that Matt Clark has orchestrated every detail becomes more real than ever, turning Adam's attempt at reconnection into a dangerous gamble where trust may no longer exist. The emotional complexity of the moment begins to unfold in subtle ways as Adam presses forward, leaning harder into the bond they once shared, hoping to awaken something buried beneath Riza's guarded exterior. He reminds her, not just through words but through the quiet sincerity in his tone, that there was a time when they stood on the same side, when loyalty wasn't a question but a certainty. For a brief, almost imperceptible moment, it seems like Riza might waver, as if the past is reaching out to her, tugging at something she has tried to bury. But that moment passes as quickly as it comes, replaced by a renewed sense of control that suggests she has already made her choice. If she is protecting Matt not just as an ally, but as someone she cares for, then Adam is no longer someone she can afford to trust, no matter what they once meant to each other. The realization begins to settle in, heavy and unavoidable, that this is no longer a reunion between allies, but a confrontation shaped by opposing loyalties and hidden agendas. And yet, even as the danger looms, Adam refuses to give up, clinging to the belief that somewhere beneath her hardened exterior, the Riza he knew still exists. Across the casino floor, the energy shifts subtly as Nick Newman moves through the crowd, his focus sharpened by the knowledge that everything now hinges on what Adam is facing in that private encounter. The call with Noah Newman lingers in his mind, replaying like a quiet echo as he considers the risks they've taken and the uncertainty of what lies ahead. Nick understands that planting the seeds was only the beginning, that now comes the waiting, the part where patience becomes both a strategy and a burden. There's a quiet tension in his posture, a sense that he is ready to act at a moment's notice, even though he knows stepping in too soon could unravel everything. The flashing lights and constant noise of the casino feel almost surreal against the seriousness of his mission, creating a strange contrast between the illusion of carefree indulgence and the very real danger lurking beneath the surface. As he watches and waits, Nick can't shake the feeling that they are closer than ever to finding Matt, yet also dangerously close to losing control of the situation entirely. Back in Genoa City, the emotional weight of a different kind of battle continues to build as Christine Blair Romalotti places her hopes in Sharon Newman during a deeply personal and urgent conversation. The gravity of Mariah Copeland's situation hangs heavily between them, shaping every word and every pause with a sense of quiet desperation. Christine's concern is unmistakable as she explains the possibility that Mariah may choose to change her plea, a decision that could alter the course of everything and leave her without the defense she so desperately needs. Sharon listens with a mixture of compassion and determination, understanding that this is not just a legal matter but an emotional crossroads that could define Mariah's future. There is a shared understanding between them that reaching Mariah will require more than logic or persuasion. It will require trust, empathy, and a connection that only Sharon can provide. In that moment, the stakes feel deeply personal, as the fight becomes not just about winning a case, but about saving someone from making a choice driven by fear, guilt, or inner turmoil. As these parallel worlds continue to unfold, one drenched in danger under the neon lights of Las Vegas, the other steeped in emotional urgency back home, the narrative weaves a powerful sense of inevitability. Adam stands on the edge of a breakthrough or a betrayal, unsure whether Riza will lead him closer to Matt or push him further into danger. Nick remains poised in the background, ready to act, yet painfully aware that some battles must be fought alone. And in Genoa City, Sharon prepares to face Mariah, knowing that the outcome of their conversation could change everything in ways no one can fully predict. Each storyline builds upon the other, creating a rhythm of tension and emotion that grows stronger with every passing moment. And as the week unfolds, the question lingers like a shadow over every scene. When the truth finally comes to light, who will be strong enough to face it? And who will be left to deal with the consequences of choices they can never take back?